Experts studying meteorite find stunning object hidden inside. NASA and other scientists around the world are doing their part to learn more about our nearly infinite universe. Despite their expertise, however, they don't always recognize everything they find. In fact, one extraterrestrial object recovered from a remote location contained a shocking new discovery. It's very possible that the Khatyrka meteorite could transform what we know about outer space. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Researchers can hardly believe their luck in actually locating the specimen. The circumference of the entire planet is just under 25,000 miles, which seems massive, and yet they stumbled upon one strange object. Getting to it was far from easy. In 2011, a meteorite named Khatyrka landed in the Koryak Mountains in eastern Siberia. While the landing site was incredibly remote, scientists were soon making their way to Russia to investigate. Given the fact that meteorites literally come from outer space, they almost always have scientific value. Each impact crater provides a new opportunity for discovery. It's like Christmas morning for an astronomer. But in this case, scientists didn't find any massive meteorites. They did manage to remove a few shards of interstellar material from the clay-like soil. Those pieces, however, still proved to be significant. Analysis showed that these shards consisted of a mineral containing isotopes of oxygen and other particles. The scientists weren't quite sure what to make of this discovery, but they decided to press ahead with further testing. The oldest meteorites have been dated to over 4 billion years ago. Even the newest ones, which come from the moon, are around 3 billion years old. But the scientists would find something even more notable than the sample's age. Upon examining the ancient material, they noticed something structurally unusual. These samples were clearly different than what was normally found in a meteorite. There was a different shape under the microscope. They found crystals. And while you may think of crystals as something pretty to observe in a cave or add to an engagement ring, they're scientifically significant too. Crystals are defined as a regular, predictable atomic structure. Those lattice patterns are then repeated over and over, creating the glass-like material that we're all familiar with. But this crystal was different. While the crystals within the meteorite had the traditional lattice structure, it didn't repeat in a consistent manner. Instead, the connections fell into uneven patterns, unlike anything found on Earth. Slowly, the scientists realized what they were seeing. This alien pattern had never been produced naturally, but it had been studied before. Things were starting to make sense. These were quasi-crystals. While they'd been produced by scientists since the 1960s, they'd never been found in nature. In fact, some researchers even doubted they could exist outside of a lab. Paul Steinhardt, a theoretical physicist and cosmologist at Princeton University, always believed that quasi-crystals could form naturally. He recognized this meteorite as a massive chance to confirm his hypothesis. He and his team looked at the particles in the crystal and noticed something bizarre. The ratio of oxygen isotopes to other isotopes was way off. Slowly, they realized what it meant. They were looking at a new mineral that was not from this planet. The crystals were created in the high-pressure environment of outer space years before crashing down in Russia. The discovery proved Steinhardt partially right. While the quasi-crystals weren't formed on Earth, they were capable of existing in nature. It might not have been a full confirmation, but it was still a major scientific breakthrough. The finding is important evidence that quasi-crystals can form in nature under astrophysical conditions, he said, and provides evidence that this phase of matter can remain stable over billions of years. But Steinhardt wasn't done. He and his team were able to recover a few more samples of the meteorite and find 2 additional examples of quasi-crystals. All the discoveries combined to prove a valuable lesson. It just goes to prove that there's always more we can discover about the universe we call home. And conclusions drawn from the Khatyrka discovery helped identify another mysterious substance. This object wasn't on the radar of NASA or any other scientific body. It was found by the least likely person. Dave Hull was no stranger to treasure hunting. In fact, walking through Maryborough Regional Park while searching for something special hidden beneath the soil was one of his favorite pastimes. But one day he got in far deeper than he expected. In 2015, while going about his normal route, He happened on something that didn't seem incredibly promising, a large reddish rock that was surprisingly heavy. He didn't want to get his hopes up. He had his suspicions as to what it was, though. Please share this story with your friends and family.